module added so I can grab another spell.
I've read like 6 chapters so far.
Nice. There's a lot of stuff in this game.
It takes almost 6 chapters just for your own character. It's crazy.
There's a lot of detail they put into the game. It's really good.
I had no idea, and I picked such a detailed character, right? He's not just a
Yeah,
paladin or a dragonborn. He's a noble knight. Oh my.
there's a lot to it. Yeah, I must have done something wrong here.
Just wasn't expecting it. But learning.
Yeah, it takes time. You'll get the hang of it. Remember, I only started D&D one game before you did. Like we've only had like maybe I don't know 12 sessions prior to you playing. So I've only had like one campaign prior to you joining.
Right. But I mean, you've played this game more times than I've ever had.
Yeah, but I only started like 8 months ago. That's what I'm getting at, right? Like I have the books here. I've read a good chunk of them, but that's about it. Like I even have the books that I'm not supposed to have as a player. Like I have the Monster Manual and I have the Dungeon Master's Guide, so I could do what Paul's doing too. I have all the books and information I need to be a Dungeon Master.
Definitely a lot to it. It's one of the technological games I've ever seen.
And that's the best part about it is there's no technology into it. If you were to play this regularly, it would be pen and paper, that and dice. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, so Demise. So I don't know what Brendan's told you, if anything. So I need you to open up your character sheet to the main tab, and then go to your library. And you're going to open up the D&D Deluxe handbook.
Can you give me that module?
What do you mean, you don't have it?
No, you didn't share it to me.
Should be shared with everybody, man.
Okay,
Yeah, it is.
There's 2 of them, core rules and maps.
Now try.
There's
So go to
Which-
module. So go to library, and then go to modules. Or sorry, not modules, but just in your library, it should be right there.
There's core rules and maps. The core rules is D&D PHP Deluxe.
Yeah, click that.
Yep.
See, because
Now
I have
what?
it different, because I have a whole bunch of libraries.
Ah.
So I see core rules is the header, and then PNP Deluxe. Yeah, okay, yep. So then once you're on there, what you need to do is go to classes, and then you're going to take your paladin, and then you're just going to take that shield where it says paladin and drag it over where it says paladin 1. And it may or may not ask you some questions.
Ooh. Yeah, I forgot all about this, so now I'm doing it too. School of Conjuring.
Done. Didn't ask me a thing.
Okay,
It
perfect.
asked
So
me-
yeah, because
Ask me my
depends.
school level. Add it. School of Conjuring, Minor Conjuring, and Conjuring Savant to me.
So it does say paladin too. And in the dice window, it did say that I was allowed a couple things in the dice window.
Yeah. So it automatically rolled my dice, so I added mine anyway to 18 and modified that.
Fighting style, divine smite, and spell casting.
Beginning when you select the school at second level, the gold and time you spend on copying conjuring spells in your spellbook is halved. Good.
6 plus 2 for
When you select a school, you can use your
hit
action
points.
to conjure up an inanimate object in your hand, on the ground, or on the ground in an occupied space. See within 10 feet, the object can, on the side. And
Oh, so my hit points really never change then.
we got to do them.
Oh,
The object is. Okay.
it's too early in the game to do anything to my sword, right?
Yeah. Yeah, think I've done what I need to do.
That was quick, jeez.
Yeah, I don't need, not adding any more spells or anything to my thing. Or, I should be able to add another cantrip, I think, isn't it? No, I only know 3 cantrips. I don't get a new cantrip until level 3. Crap.
You know, I've never even touched, I don't even think I've touched my Warhammer yet. I got a Warhammer, but I don't really bother with it. My Javelin's almost better than my Warhammer.
Yeah, I think I'm good for now. My leveling's done.
For Leviathan or Gorgar?
For Gorgar, I'm not going to do Leviathan. He can do that himself.
Okay.
So
I'd like to see a Leviathan come back.
Yeah, he will. So Gary, you should have got some pop-up.
I dragged it in, and the only thing that popped up was in the dice window, and it just says I'm on number 2 now.
Okay, because at level 2, second level, you get fighting style, spellcasting, divine smite.
It might just have added it. But it should have
Yeah,
said in the window too.
Yeah. So let's go under action. No. Abilities. So fighting style. There you go. So go under ability.
Giggity.
Yeah.
We're good.
I'm under abilities.
You know, if I was to do this... Wait a minute, I want to check something.
If that pop-up opened, it wouldn't be behind the maps, would it?
No, well, it may.
Okay.
It shouldn't. Close the map down.
Yeah, I was able to close the one, but not the one that you shared out. Oh, maybe it's trying to. It's loading, not responding, so I'll wait and see. Okay, nope, nothing's hiding.
Okay, so this is a note that we have to do, and then we probably have to set something up, Gary. So,
Oh, neat. I gotta start using this more often. My
So-
familiar. You're gonna have to make a character for me, Paul.
why?
Because I'm gonna have a fairy for a familiar.
Cool.
you're
So,
gonna need to
Gary-
make it up.
What does it do?
Whatever the hell I want it to. It has head points, it has movement, it has initiative, and I can command it, and telepathically within 100 feet.
Okay.
And I can see through its eyes and hear it through its ears and get any special abilities or perks that it has when I do that. So I could have had if I had called it, I could have had the fairy fly up over top of the building and be able to look down, and I could have saw the ambush. Or it could have saw the ambush and communicated back to me that it sees it.
And that's for a level 2.
That was my level 1 spell. It's a ritual too, so it doesn't even count
Oh.
as a slot. I could
Wow.
have casted it beforehand and had it.
What was your class, Brendan? What were you? What
I'm
were
a
you in?
wizard.
Wizard. That's right.
Okay. Sorry about that. All right, so Gary, at second level, you adopt a style of fighting as your specialty. Choose one of the options, following options. You can't take a fighting option more than once, even if you later get to choose again. So defense. While you're wearing armor, you gain +1 AC, bonus AC. When you are that's called defense. Dueling. When you are wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapon in the no other weapons, you gain a +2 damage roll with that weapon. That's like that would be like a one-handed weapon. Uh, in one hand, yeah, it says one hand.
Does
Great.
that work on both the sword, the javelin, and the warhammer, or just one of those weapons?
None. It would work on none of those because they're both two-handed.
Javelin's a two-handed weapon. Javelin would be
No.
one-handed, but the great
Ja-
sword would be two. The great hammer
Right.
would be two.
Right.
So it only
Oh,
works
the
on
great.
javelin.
Oh, the sword. The sword's only one hand. Is a two-handed sword, so it wouldn't.
Anything
It would
that-
only work for the
anything that-
javelin.
Anything
Yeah.
that's a great whatever is usually
Yeah.
two-handed.
Okay.
Right. So then there's great weapon fighting. When you roll a 1 or 2 on damage die for an attack, you make with a melee weapon that you are wielding with two hands, you can re-roll the die and must use the new roll. Use the new roll. The weapon must be have two-handed or versatile properties for you to gain this benefit.
So I would have the option of roll again to see if I could roll higher
Right.
for the
So-
hit or for how hard I
No,
hit.
for the damage. So say you roll a d6 and you roll a 2. Like you roll a 1 or 2 on the damage die. So if you roll a 1 or 2, you get to choose, say, I want to re-roll that, and then you re-roll, but you must take that next roll.
So if you
Okay.
re-roll and get a 1, then you're stuck with a 1. But if you roll
One.
and get a 6, then you're like laughing.
Exactly. And the weapon must be two-handed or versatile for you to gain this benefit. I don't see where you have to do it, where you can do it as much as you want, as far as I can tell.
It
I
has
kind
a
of like the
ton
very
of
first
attack.
one. Oh, okay. I kind of like the first one you said, where I would. The first one. What was the first one again? More. It was
one
more
is
AC or health.
No, it's just
More
more AC.
Which means
While you're
that-
wearing,
yeah.
you gain a bonus AC of 1.
So if you're currently 16 AC, you'd go to 17 AC. Which really isn't that big of a difference. You probably would, in my opinion, the greater weapons fighting is probably the most beneficial one. Because
The
Yeah.
second roll in case if I need it.
well, no.
Yeah, and there's one more before you decide. When it's called protection. When a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to pose disadvantage on the attack roll. You must be wielding a shield, so you don't usually wear a shield. So I have to agree with Brendan. I say great weapon fighting.
So what the great weapons fighting means is if you roll your attack dice, and any roll on, or not your attack dice, on your damage dice, any 1 or 2s that you roll, you get to re-roll them. So if you have a 2d6 plus 2 on your great sword or whatever it is that you're wielding, if you were to roll 2 1s, you get to re-roll those 2 1s again. If you were to roll a 6 and a 1, you get to
Exactly.
re-roll the 1, and that's on
Oh.
every attack that you take.
Right. So you're saying if I roll critical damage, I say no. I want to roll something higher.
No.
I can't roll a second time.
No, you only get to re-roll it if you roll a 1 or a 2. If you roll a 3, nope, it stays. You only get to re-roll the dice that comes up as a 1 or a 2. So for example, if I roll that 2 and 2, I get to re-roll both of those. I roll 1 or a 2. Okay, that's good. So I re-roll it, and now I get a 1 and a 2. Guess what? I'm stuck with a 1 and a 2 now. I do 3 points of damage.
That's perfect, but that's a perfect explanation of it, Gorgar.
Now, if I was to do this, 1 and a 4, okay, the 4 stays, I get to re-roll the 1. 2, well, guess what? He now does 6 points of damage. because the 4 stays. I only get to reroll the 1.
The only thing is, I really wish that it was easier for me because it's going to make it harder for me because he's going to be doing damage because he's targeting the target and then rolling it, and then as soon as you roll, it automatically takes your
Well,
damage.
what you can do
There's
for that one then, for you from a DM perspective, every time he attacks, he doesn't target, and you have to manually take it off.
well,
So you let him roll.
well, if it's better for me if he rolls the hit,
Yeah.
target it, and then untarget the
Yeah.
target, and then do the damage.
Yeah.
Because then that way it just plays within the AC and it brings up the hit, that he hit and whatever, right?
Yeah, unless there's some sort of mechanic that you can put in, like when you add greater weapons fighting tool, maybe it adds some mechanic into the game that says any 1s or 2s automatically get rerolled.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go with that. I'll re-roll if I get a 1 or a 2.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, I'm going to put that in your notes, Gary.
Well,
'Kay.
isn't it an ability you can add to him? Like, shouldn't it be an effect on him? Shouldn't
No,
Greater's weapons fighting should be an effect.
It's not, though.
And this goes for my damage roll on every turn of mine?
Right.
Okay.
That you're using a two-handed weapon. So, and basically, Gary, it is the best for you, because all your weapons, except for your javelin, this wouldn't account for your javelin, but all your other weapons, your great sword is two-handed, and your warhammer is two-handed.
Right.
So, as long as you make attacks with those, yes.
Okay, sounds good.
So that is in your notes, and no Gorgar, there's no way that I know of to put in great weapon fighting. I will ask some people on the Fantasy Ground forums if there's a way to do it. There probably is. I just don't know how to do it because it's like it would have to be some type of macro or something because it would have to be an if statement. Because if it's like if 1 or 2 is rolled, then re-roll. You know what I mean? There's no way. If there was a drag and drop effect that I could put on him permanently, yeah, it'd be great. But I don't know. How you do that. Let me just look.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be an effect that gets put onto him.
It'd be neat if it was automatic for Paul.
It would be nice.
Either way, I was kind of hoping to build up my legendary sword, but this is a nice workaround for now. If I don't get the damage that I want by a 1 or a 2 stopping me, I can re-roll it at least. Hit a little bit harder.
So as of 2000, I'm looking now.
Apparently you can do it.
How?
Apparently there is a properties you can add to the white. It says in weapons property put reroll 2. Is all this.
Where?
The comments on the Fantasy Ground forums. Coding greater weapons fighting is the post, and it says fighting style allows you to reroll 1 and 2s on damage dice in 4E. Syntax, it was covered under brutal properties as their equivalent in 5E syntax, and the one comment below it is in weapons property put reroll 2.
Okay, but I don't. Is it working 5?
Give me 1 second.
I'm looking for the ping, the shot, and I'm trying to log in, so bear with me.
So here's what it says. As of February 23rd, 2014, it says, after digging through the patch notes, I found it. For anyone interested, you can add reroll 2 to your weapon's property, or reroll 2 if you have other properties already. It will automatically give you a reroll value to fighters out there. Enjoy.
You say reroll 2, does that work for a 1 as well?
I'm assuming it rerolls anything 1 or 2.
Oh, okay. 2 or less, yeah.
Oh, okay, Paul. Here.
I-
Did you find it? Go there. So apparently if you click the little lasso or mirror beside the weapon,
Yeah, that's what I did.
and then you just, after the versatile or whatever it says there, 1d10, you put a comma and put reroll 2. And it should work.
On the properties?
There it is, reroll 2. See? You won't see the reroll, it will just automatically do it. So if you keep doing it, he should never get a 1 and a 2 in his roll.
Cool.
He did roll a 1 there.
Where?
It was just this last one.
Where does it say that? I don't see a 1.
It did. I can see the dice,
But
it's coming up. Yeah, but it's
3.
coming up. Right, exactly. So can you see the dice that I'm throwing?
All
Gary,
I see is the final number, so I see
okay.
5 and 6, 6 and 4, 4 and 3.
Gary,
3 and
you
6.
roll them. And see if you see the dice, because you should see the dice. The players should
You want
see
me
the
to
dice.
roll damage for a great sword?
Yeah,
Just
just roll
keep rolling
damages. Just keep rolling it.
There's a 1.
So there's a 1.
3 and 3, see, so it automatically re-rolled it.
Yeah. Perfect. Now I'll do that. Sweet. Thank you. Now we don't have to do that.
Oh, does it make a difference that the computer re-rolled it and not me?
It's just
Oh, I suppose it
Same-
wouldn't.
same thing.
All of them. The computers are rolling all of it, right?
Cool.
Remember, the roll is all based on a calculation. So, look at that. We solved the problem tonight. And with that, I think it's a good time to end the video. So thank you everyone for watching. From us here on the D&D team to you, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks' time when we start up our session 5 in chapter 2, right?
Yep.
Chapter 2. So good night all. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.